Hello Scorpio, Elsie here to do your reading for the month of April, my friends. We're going to do an overview of the month of April, and we're going to look at the Psychic Tarot. We're going to look at the Journey's End Oracle, and then we're going to clarify everything. We're going to do a 9-card reading here, so welcome. Have a seat. This will take a little bit here. Have a seat and pull up a cuppa, whatever it is that you are enjoying. If you've never been here before, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for trying this at 10 of Cups Tarot. Thank you for wanting to be part of this Scorpio tribe. I appreciate you. And if you're the one who's always here, my ride or die, I appreciate you as well. Thank you so much for being in the comments, for your likes, subscribes, and shares. I appreciate you. All right, let's find out what's going on. We're doing the 9-card draw, and we are out. So the first card out is the energy that you're bringing from March into April. And here I feel like you're bringing truth. Card number 20 is the Judgment card. So it feels like you'll be making a lot of decisions about something in the month of April. Second card out is the theme for the month overall. It says accelerated motion. So whatever you've been planning up to here strategically, Scorpio, you're about to execute something here in the month of April. It feels like you are about to move a little quicker in the month of April here. All right. So what will you accomplish in this month? That's what this card is here. What will you accomplish in the month of April? It looks like what you will accomplish is hope. This is Temperance. So what you will, the Star, not Temperance. You will accomplish your wish fulfillment. I feel like there is something that is on the table in terms of wish fulfillment that you've wanted for a while here. It feels like the accelerated motion tells me that what is coming in next and coming in pretty quickly is your wish fulfillment. The Star is here. Or maybe it's for some of you, it's just hope. Hope after making this big decision, whatever it is, we'll clarify it, that things are going to get better. We do have what you should avoid. And it says here what you should avoid is obstacles and challenges. I mean, how hard is that? That's kind of hard depending on what's going on in your life right now. But if you can at all, avoid being caught in this energy of coming to the end of the road or needing to leap to another spot. Make sure that you're doing it carefully. I want to say that this card coming up as a 5 is a little bit of lack. So what you should avoid is being in lack, obstacles that maybe this month is not the time to be tackling obstacles. By this time now, Mercury is going to be in retrograde. We're already in the shadow period, Scorpio. So if people are already coming back or you're feeling the need to reach out to an ex, I feel like that's the energy that you're feeling right now. So be aware that when Mercury is in retrograde, and it does go retrograde on the 1st of April, when it does, it's all about thinking, right? It's about communication. Things can go bad in terms of communication, electronic things, maybe sending the email to the wrong person or the whole office. Be careful of those things. So I feel like what you are supposed to avoid here is making any really quick moves to try and put a band-aid on something, I'm going to say. Make sure that we're kind of out of retrograde energy before you start looking at this. Now, the fact that the sun is next door to obstacles and challenges tells me that you have all of the clarity that you need in order to be able to get past this point of lack, which I think is coming up in the middle of the month. This card here is what you should embrace. So what you should embrace is the sun. It is a period of growth, and sometimes lack, it's sometimes darkest before the dawn, and sometimes things get really hard before they get really easy. So I'm going to say that there's a tough spot coming up at the middle of the month, but I want to say with the sun being here, what you should embrace is happiness and growth. I feel like although it might be going a little bit sideways for you in the middle of the month, please remember that it's all for your growth, spiritual, financial, personal, right? All of that stuff grows under the sun, right? All right. A few more cards and let's get at it here. We'll get to some clarifying. Tell me about Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Thank you if you're cross-watching. And if you're interested in a private read, Scorpio, I do monthly readings over at Wizio. So please take a look below this video. I will pin it to the first comment under this video if you're interested in following that link over to Wizio to get your own energy. This is a general reading. Keep that in mind, right? It might not even be your energy. All right. Okay, so we have here... what obstacles you will face. So the obstacles you will face here, my friend, is standing your ground. It's like somebody's going to test you. Somebody's going to test your boundaries here. So I feel like you're what obstacle you will face here is this exactly, is trying to hold your boundaries while somebody is testing your patience. I think it's almost like like now situations are coming at you. It's like now you've been through this stuff, you have your light, your wish fulfillments are coming in. It's darkest before the dawn, but I feel like that somebody is coming in to test your patience here. And I feel like you've already got your boundaries in place with them. We do have here where to find support. It says material and spiritual prosperity. So I want to say that maybe material and spiritual prosperity tells me that you're just going to work really hard, that the way to keep your boundaries, I feel, is just by putting, like, maybe working extra hours. Maybe you're going to be working really hard, and that's where the material prosperity will come from. But I feel like spiritual prosperity, it's like you need to have a balance here, because it's card number 6. You need to have a balance between practicality and spirituality, and I think that you will prosper in both places. So I feel like that at the end of the month here, where you find support is within your spirituality, and maybe a little bit within material prosperity as well. Like possibly you'll have some more money to do things like travel or go out with friends or whatever it is that you like to do for fun. We have what actions do you need to take this month? Intuition. You really need to listen to the self, and the sun is right here. So I feel like you're not going to have a problem doing that. But I want to say that you are, you're the psychic giant, right? For those of you who don't even know it, maybe you haven't tested it yet, but there are things that you know that you just know, and you see them coming at you already. I want to say that your intuition is telling me that there are going to be, you'll be looking at this material and spiritual prosperity with your intuition, knowing what to do next. And this is your advice and your encouragement. So the advice and the encouragement is patience and planning. And you are the planner. You are the patient one, right? You are a fixed sign like me. I'm a Taurus sun, right? You are also a fixed sign, and you are the strategic one. You'd rather do it under the surface and then execute like that and say, okay, it's time to do it. But you're going to plan without anybody knowing about it. We do have the bottom of the deck here. It tells me that maybe you might come up against some temptations. And it could be, temptations, physical pleasures, material world. Be careful, because we do have material prosperity here. Make sure not to overspend in the month of April here. Getting close to the end of the month. Let's get a couple of cards from here. The overall energy or mood of April for you, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. That one wants to come out. We've got empathy. I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. Very interesting that we have intuition and we have the sun next to each other. So we have the high priestess and the sun. So, everything is going to be clear to you. There's going to be no question about what you should do next. No question at all. It does say here, I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. This tells me here that you need to look at both sides of a situation in order to be planning for something that is coming. That's what it feels like here. One more. We do have self-esteem. It says, I possess the gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. You are the psychic one, right? I feel like for some of you that you are going to get more stability or self-esteem about your psychic energy, about you being the high priestess, about, now it's like you suspected it, because it's like, people might call you a know-it-all because you're like, I knew that was going to happen. Or you might tell people things are going to happen and they do. And I feel like it's because you are the high priest or the high priestess. That's what it feels like here. Bottom of the deck, we have honesty. It says, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can always expect it from myself. So be honest with yourself in all things. Be careful and choose wisely, because it looks like there are some temptations that are coming. And those temptations, I feel you're going to have triumph over them here. That's what it says here. But I feel like the temptations could be anything, really. It could be like, maybe I'm trying to stay on track with my diet, and maybe I don't need that, but maybe I'm going to go out and have that anyway, right? It could just be those kinds of temptations. Take it as it resonates for you. Let's get a deck and do some clarifying. What are we going to do? Yeah, we'll do this. Why not? All right. Tell me about Scorpio, please. Why is it truth and judgment that you bring into this month from the month of March? Tell me about that. We do have the Strength card. We have the Five of Pentacles, and we have the Page of Swords. Very interesting. I feel like probably closer to the end of March, or maybe at the early April, that you, my friend, are trying to find the strength or the courage to pull away from a situation, a connection, whether it's romantic or platonic, I don't care. You'll know about the situation if this applies to you, but it feels like you need the truth about something. You need the truth about something, and we do have the card of Leo, which is the Strength card. Now, the Strength card is knowing that you have the power, right? She does have the power. She's got somebody backing her here, which is the dragon. She knows she has the power to release the dragon, to release the Kraken, but she knows that where her power lies is not in the release, but in holding back. So I feel like you're trying to get the truth about something. You want someone to be honest with you. It feels like you're making a big decision, because the next card up is the Five of Pentacles, and it feels like with the Five of Pentacles, you're making a big decision about disconnecting from something, a situation, and I think you're going to do it quietly, like silently. That's what the Five of Pentacles is giving me. I'm just going to slip away into the night, and I'm just going to start watching people. You know, one of my favorite things to do, Scorpio, is to sit in a mall that I've never been in before and just watch people, because people will tell you exactly what's going on in their life when you just sit quietly and watch them. And I know you're one of those people that likes to just sit and quietly watch. And so I feel like you are watching people, how they move. You're watching how they move, and you are you're going to let them make their moves, and then you're going to respectfully move your own way, or move out of the way. It feels like there's accelerated motion this month, and that is the overall theme for the month here. Things are going to start to move in a way that I feel is fortunate or lucky. You're going to maybe feel a little bit lucky, or things are moving in the right way for you. I've got card number 8, and 8 is about the self and putting in hard work, but I feel like there's something incoming, because we have a shooting star here, right? And it feels like it's like right on the bullseye, I want to say. Something that is coming at the beginning of April here. The overall theme for the month here is accelerated motion. So I feel like things are going to hit the mark, and I feel like things are going to speed up for you here. We've got, so things were really slow. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, we've got the Three of Swords, and we have the Two of Wands. Interesting. So things are about to speed up here. Things that were really had really slowed down, right? We do have the Knight of Pentacles. So I want to say that if things have been slow in terms of whatever situation, relationship, family, friends, maybe work has slowed down, maybe your business has slowed down, I feel like it's about to pick up. So I feel like there was a moment or a little bit of time here that it had to slow down so you could look over the details and strategically plan what you're going to do next. And then we have the Three of Swords. It feels like it's been disappointing that this has all taken so long, but I feel like things are about to pick up. So if you've been in sort of this place of feeling like nothing is going on for you, or something's got to change, why isn't anything changing? I feel like the Two of Wands tells me you're the one that has to make the change. So the Two of Wands is, of course, choosing a path, right? It is going with whatever makes you feel the most excited, something brand new, exciting, a new path, a creative thing, a creative endeavor possibly. And so I feel like if you've been planning up to here, that something does take off for the month of April for you. So what will you accomplish? I feel like you'll accomplish some sort of wish fulfillment. That's what it feels like here, that you've had hope up till now, but I feel like you're going to accomplish some type of wish fulfillment. Tell me about the star, please. Tell me about hope. This is Aquarius energy, by the way. Here we have Virgo and Pisces energy. The 8 accelerated motion tells me it's the 8 of Wands, so we could have fire energy there. Tell me about the star, please, or hope. You're about to have some sort of a breakthrough, and that makes me think that there is a wish fulfillment coming. Now you can very faintly see there's somebody in that burst of energy, or the sun, the star is like placing a spotlight on somebody here. So it could be a person. If you've been hoping for communication with somebody here, I feel like you are going to get it. Tell me about hope for Scorpio. We've got the Judgment card again is showing up. We've got the Nine of Swords, and we have the Three of Wands. So I feel like it's something you've been waiting for. I think it's something you've been waiting for, something that's been sort of infiltrating your sleep patterns that, I don't know that it necessarily is making you nervous, but I feel like it's keeping you stuck in some sort of obsessive thought pattern. And I think that the obsessive thought pattern is about speaking to someone, because we have the Nine Swords here. And although the obsessive part of it being stuck in your head is the Eight of Swords, that leaves us one more sword, which is communication and connection. So it feels like you want to talk to somebody, but you are trying to make the decision to do that, to resurrect something. So it does feel like you do, it might have to do with a job. It could have to do with anything really, platonic or romantic relationship, but it does feel like you need to make some sort of a big decision here about the wish fulfillment, because the wish fulfillment is arriving. Now, this could be someone from the past. Look, we're already in Mercury retrograde by this energy, right? We're about the middle of the month, and we're still in retro energy here. So it feels like for some of you, you could have someone coming back from the past, maybe someone who has needled you about things, someone that you can't stop thinking about. Because look, if we're not thinking about people, they're not thinking about us. And when we're thinking about them, what we think about comes about. So you could be thinking about someone because it's Mercury retrograde, and that person could arrive. We do have the Three of Wands, so I think you're expecting some sort of an arrival, but it does feel like it's a wish fulfillment. And for those of you who don't really want this person, like maybe it is somebody you don't want to talk to. You're telling me, no, I don't want anything from the past. And I get it. I totally get it. But I feel like some people come back so they can have closure. It's really hard to move on without closure, right? So for some people it is. And so I feel like somebody might be coming back to close the door or make things right, or add one more sword to the 9 to make it the 10 so we can close this cycle here. We have the Three of Wands, and it tells me that you're waiting for it, that you feel it coming already. I feel at this point that you feel like something is going to arrive. So what you should avoid is obstacles and challenges. Tell me about that. We've got the Hanged Man, we've got the King of Cups, and we have the Death card. Look, I feel like somebody here is having a change of heart. There you are. You are the King of Cups. That is Scorpio energy. It also is Pisces and Cancer because we're in a general reading, but this is Scorpio energy, right? It feels like you're somebody who's really good in an emergency situation. I want to say when things go left, you go right. I feel like you hunker down, you settle down, and you take care of everything. And I feel like no matter what's going on around you, no matter what is going terribly wrong around you, I feel like you transform the situation. So I feel like for some of you, it might be having a change of heart. For others of you, I feel like this obstacle or challenge is that you can't make a decision, or that you're struggling to see something from another perspective rather than your own perception, because the perception of everything can end up being my way or the highway energy, and that really doesn't win any friends or lovers or any of that. But I feel like you're now trying to look at a perspective of one that's different from your own. You're trying to look at their point of view and their point of view and their point of view. And I want to say with the obstacles and challenges here, just to be sure that you're avoiding any pitfalls. But I want to say that what you should avoid is being in this energy for too long. It's a good place to be. It is a place where you can get some stability, you can think things over, but it feels like that it can get a little bit rocky in there emotionally. So when it gets rocky in there emotionally, it's time for you to leave. I feel like you're really good with keeping stoic on the surface, even though things are going, turbulent under the water, or I feel like you're staying on top of things, I want to say, even though you have obstacles and challenges here. But I feel like something is changing. You might be in the midst of transformation with something, whatever that is, home, hearth, love, whatever it is for you. You're in the midst of transformation here, and I feel like you're in the midst of changing your heart space about something. The way you feel is going to change. Because of the obstacles and challenges, this is a moment of learning here. So you should embrace the light, my friend. You should embrace the sun, because the sun is here. And once you make this really big change of heart here, change of your energy, I feel like it's the reason that you're doing it is because you have clarity here. You can see everything for what it is. We're about the middle of the month at this time, the middle of the month of April. And so what you should embrace is seeing everything for what it is and taking action accordingly, because it feels like there's going to be some sort of a bright spotlight on something. You're going to be like, how did I miss that? I got to figure that thing out. Tell me about the sun, please. Leo energy. We do have, good. I like that. Ooh, it's good energy. I love it. I love it for you, Scorpio. Look at that. The first thing that you have clarity over is the Hermit, the wisdom, your light, because the light that's in this lantern here is the star, and we have the star here. So I feel like you literally are going to get some realizations over the full moon energy, right? We've got the full moon in Libra eclipse, a full moon eclipse coming in Libra over the 24th or 25th. I feel like you'll have some revelations. I feel like you're going over things. And really, this is kind of what it's about. It's about trying to find the balance within your life. As you find the balance within your life, Scorpio, you're going to be cutting out things, right? Eclipses are about, boom, I'm just going to cut it out, just going to get rid of it. And full moons are about things that you're releasing, right? That are coming to an end. So boom, it might happen really quickly. And so we do have this energy here, which I love because it brings up the Wheel of Fortune. So it's time for things to change, and you're going to be seeing things with greatest clarity you've ever seen them in the middle of the month, and you're going to be making really big changes. And some of the changes you're going to make is dropping burdens. And what that means is you're just not going to deal with people's BS anymore. That's what I feel like. You've been carrying other people through your life, or you've been maybe not going left but going right because it might hurt their feelings to go to the left. And I know that, please keep in mind that I'm not only reading for a Scorpio sun. It comes up in the sun, moon, rising, Venus, Jupiter, and it all is different energies, right? It's not just the sun sign that I'm reading for. So I think for some of you, what's going to change is that you're going to stop appeasing other people, and you're just going to go ahead and cut out what doesn't belong. It feels like you're going over some details here of all of these things that you've been carrying for other people, and it's time for you to stop feeling the heavy weight or the burden of that. Don't take it off into your golden years, my friend. Just drop the burdens, get rid of the things you don't need, because there are some things that are coming up that are really wonderful. The Wheel of Fortune is a positive change, but it is a change nonetheless. And look, I know I'm a fixed sign. You're a fixed sign. We're not fans of change, right? So I feel like there's going to be some hard changes coming up, but you're going to be able to see everything exactly for what it is here. And so that means not making any wrong decisions. I don't know that you can make any wrong ones because you'll be able to see everything for what it is. So the obstacles that you will face is standing your ground here. So once you make the decisions, now you can't go back. You need boundaries for yourself. If you have decided that there are people in your life that aren't treating you well, that they're acting a fool, or that you don't want to be associated with them anymore, or that maybe you're letting go of the property, or you're going to sell some things in your house, or whatever it is for you, I feel like you need to stand your ground on that and not backtrack. I think you're pretty good at that, though. Tell me about the standing your ground. Feels like you need to put up some boundaries after you get rid of the things that you don't need. Things, people, places, situations, maybe a job. All right, so what obstacles will you face as you hold your ground? Five of Swords, it comes up right away, right? That's what you're going to face, conflict and disagreements. You're going to be having battles with people. There's going to be some egoic back and forth about like, oh, you think you're better than me, Scorpio. Well, maybe you are, but you just won't say it, right? I feel like, people are going to be like, you think you're better than me, hey? And I feel like it's going to come down to, can I live without it? I think for you, it's going to come down to, look, do I need this person at all? Do I ever want to see them again? Or is this someone I just need to place a boundary with in order to be able to have them in my life? So they can act the way they want, but the boundary is you can't act that way with me. So I feel like with the Five of Swords that it is about some sort of disagreements, I think with an S on the end here. Tell me more. We've got the Five of Cups, and we have Libra energy, which is justice. So I do feel like we have two fives here, right? Well, I don't feel, I do see it. That we do have these, the Five of Cups and the Five of Swords. And for me, when two fives come up in a reading, it's about quick change. So at the end of the month, I feel like it's like the last week of the month or so, you're going to see some quick changes. And these are the quick changes that are happening. And you're going to have to put up some boundaries so those quick changes stay gone. Whatever it is that you don't need here, because I feel this is what you're after. And look, the full moon eclipse is in Libra. And the energy is I need to find balance. And how am I going to find balance? By kicking out of my life whatever I don't want, whatever that is for you. It doesn't have to be a person. It can be a situation or a job. But I feel like by the end of the month, like the last week of the month here, it feels like you start to get some balance, some karmic justice. I feel like some truths begin to come out. You start to see people for who they are. If these are people that you're cutting out of your life, you start to see people for who they really are. Like when you stop agreeing with people and start saying, no, you're not doing that with me. You'll be seeing people for who they are. That's for sure. So we have, where do you find support? In your material and your spiritual prosperity. So, I feel like for those of you who practice meditation, that maybe you'll go into a meditation before you do this stuff. Maybe you'll talk to people and try and do it in a place where you're clear, you're clear of the mind, right? Please be aware that, we're still in the shadow phase of Mercury retrograde here. So be really clear in the mind about what you want to do to strike a balance between practicality and spirituality here. Where do you find support? We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Devil, and we have the Three of Cups. I feel like you just really need to identify the things that are not working for you. The Four of Pentacles for me is like you need to let go of if you have addictions, people who have addictions, maybe people who are causing chaos in your life because they won't let go of you, people who are codependent. I feel like that there are going to be some people who are going to try and hold on to your energy, but where you can go for support is here. Shut off, shut down, shut them off. If you need to shut them off, shut them off. We do have a Three of Cups in the reverse, which tells me this is no fun. I'm just going to say, striking this balance here is I feel like we're going here, we're close to the end of the month here, and I feel like you're having some struggles. You're on a bit of the struggle bus here as we go into maybe the third week of April. And I feel like you need to strike a balance between your practicality and your spirituality. The prosperity will happen here. I feel like some people who are codependent or who have addictions, or people who are maybe, negative speakers, right? People who will try and drag you down to their hell because, you're like the life raft, and they're trying to stay buoyant, but they're stuck deeply in this doubt and fear, and I can't do it. And maybe they speak negatively to the universe, but I feel like people are going to try and hold on to you here, and you're like, no, you can't anymore. This is no fun. I'm not dealing with you. I am taking care of myself. The support you're going to find is in your spiritual prosperity, I feel. And that brings us to the High Priestess here, and your spiritual intuition, which is the actions that you need to take. I feel like you need to feel everything out with your intuition, my friend. We do have the Eight of Swords, we have the Sun again, and we have the Ace of Swords. I like it because you're like, nope, I'm going to be really clear with you. I'm going to give you a lot of clarity on exactly how I'm thinking. You can't get away with it because I know what you've been doing behind my back. I know what you've been doing. It's a knowing, right? Pisces energy. It's like, I know it. There's nobody can tell me what they've been doing. I know already. So I feel like the Sun is here again, tells me great clarity that you're going to be giving and receiving. I feel people are going to be honest with you because you're being honest with them. We do have the Eight of Swords, which tells me that it's a place where you get stuck. I feel like you're feeling it out. And I mean, we all get to a point when we get into this high intuition, high psychic intuition. High intuition and high psychic intuition are two different things. And I feel like you have psychic intuition. And I feel like you get stuck in this place of the Eight of Swords because of the things that people are giving you clarity about. I don't think you wanted to see it, but I think you're going to see it nonetheless. So the advice and the encouragement for the month here, I feel, is patience and planning. Be patient for changes to happen. Be patient because sometimes you're going to get stuck in your head when there's somebody in your life that you know is not doing any good in your life, and you want to let them go, but it's burdening you. You don't know if you can let them go. You'll be stuck in this Eight of Swords until you're ready. Don't push yourself into it. Let divine timing take it over. Figure it out, but let divine timing take it over. So tell me about patience and planning here, the advice and encouragement. We have the 9 of Wands, we have the 4 of Swords, and we have the Page of Cups. I feel like there's something new. For those of you who are not entangled in some sort of a relationship, there could be some sort of a new prospect in affection, I'm going to say. You might meet somebody new. This isn't love. This is like the spark that you have with somebody. Somebody new, you have affection. You're like attracted to them, and you know, things, the juju's good between you, the energy is good between you. I feel like it's because at this point you've already healed. You've done a lot of healing at this point after going through this here. I feel though that you are still behind the fear wall, I want to say, with the 9 of Wands being here. You're kind of at a place where you're kind of exhausted and you need to rest, and I feel like that's what you're doing here. You're kind of exhausted after making these decisions, and it's time to rest. I think that's what you're doing, and I think the patience and planning, that you need to be patient, because as you're planning here, I don't think patience is hard for you, but as you're planning here, I feel like it brings in something new. This could be a surprise, it could be an apology, it feels like it's a brand new connection, an affectionate connection, somebody that is a little bit of a spark, right? Pages are young. It's like puppy love. It's like you get a little bit of gooblies in your belly when you see this person. And I want to say that maybe you have someone new coming in this month for you as well, Scorpio. We do have the 3 of Pentacles here, which tells me it's going to go slow. It's going to start as a friendship. We're going to get on each other's team. We're going to collaborate and cooperate, and you're going to get to know somebody. You could meet a friend of a friend, or somebody might introduce you to someone. That might be what this is here. All right. I'm going to leave it there for you, Scorpio. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. I do appreciate you so much. I'm going to go for now. Let me know in the comments. Does any of this make sense to you? And of course, they're all predictions, and so you won't see it yet until it comes, but maybe some of you are already in the throes of all of this, right? Wanting to make change, and it's not any fun. Like you already feel that things are about to speed up here, but I feel like you've been sort of in a lull up until we get into the month of April. And then I think things start to move forward super quick for you, starting in like the first week of April. Like as soon as you hit the ground running. That's what it feels like, Scorpio. I'm going to go for now. Thank you guys. I'm out for now, and I'll be back because I'm always back. Love ya. Bye-bye.